the dealership, how many true leaders do we have? How many people on staff that have the M-A-N, how do you spell that? Manager, M-A-N-A-G-E-R? Hey, I did grow up and graduate in Tennessee, so we're a little behind the times in spelling. Of the managers, how many are truly a leader? They know how to find the best in somebody. I love the story about Lou Holtz when he was the coach of Notre Dame. After he'd been there in his second year, they had a great season, made it to the Cotton Bowl, and they were up halftime 10-0. And the story is that Lou Holtz went into the locker room at halftime, and they were so excited they were going to win the ball game. They were playing the University of Arkansas. They went out on the field in the second half and lost the ball game. He walked into the dressing room, and he saw all his players undressing and hitting the showers, but there was one big guy sitting on a bench, and he was crying uncontrollably. And he looked at this big 380-pound lineman crying like a baby, and he noticed that his uniform was spotless. There wasn't even any dirt on his uniform. And he realized that that young man had not even gotten into the game that day. And Lou Holtz said, I then reevaluated my thoughts, and I said, I've been focusing on putting the guys on the field that have the most talent, the most ability, and even the most experience. And Lou Holtz said, my focus became the very next year to put guys on the field that had a desire to win. And he said, now that young man that didn't even play, whose uniform wasn't even dirty, the next year was a part of our national championship team. And he became the captain of the team and won the Outland Award. So there is a measure of desire that must be in our people to win, to sell cars, to perform, to deliver great CSI, sell units, and gross. Those are the three things that drive your dealership. Everybody sitting in this room today, when you start a month and you end a month, those are the three barometers you look at. I know I was a general manager for 14 years. I ran a Lexus store in LA and a BMW Mercedes store in Houston, Texas, and that's what I was measured by. Market share and sales, profitability and customer satisfaction indexes. But beyond that, how do we accomplish our benchmarks and how can we be successful as a manager? It takes leadership. I had the opportunity for the first time in my life to fly to Chicago, Illinois, and sit through a Joe Verdi training session. And a lot of people say Joe's outdated, he's old, and he's over the hill and all that. But I'll tell you what, man, I took 2 days of my life, and I sat and I listened. And one of the things that they pointed out is they said, we decided that salespeople were not good greeters, so we hired greeters. And then we decided they really don't know the product, so we hired product managers. And then we decided, well, you know what? They don't know how to take telephone calls, and they're terrible on the phone. So we hired a BDC. And then we said, well, you know, salespeople really are not good at deliveries either. So we hired a delivery team. And at the end of the day, some of you may have hired 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, all of those positions, but we're still paying salespeople 25 to 30% of the gross to do that old-fashioned job. Now, back in 1979, when I joined the car business, and I'll never forget, I was scared to death to walk on the showroom floor. I rode my bicycle and parked in the back of the dealership. Because I grew up in the projects, never met my dad. My mom died 5 years ago, never had her driver's license. We lived on government commodities. I mean, I was the Spam dude, man. Spam with beans, Spam with potatoes, Spam with eggs. Do I have any Spam brothers and sisters in the audience today? Can I get a yes? Oh, we got a few. Oh, the poor section is over here on this side.
Yeah.
All of you guys grew up with a silver spoon in your mouth and you're independently wealthy. It's amazing, God. So here I am, 20 years old, broke, no college education, married, got a little girl at the house, and I need a job. And I heard that if you go down to the Chevrolet dealership, they're looking for salespeople, and if they hire you, you get a free car. Well, my 2 favorite words in the English language, yes and now, is still yes and free. I love those 2 words. How about you? Come on, everybody's got a little bit of mooch in them. Don't look at me like that. But I remember